Hignet's corner, beyond Bent. Janssen! And Blackburn Rovers are 18 minutes away from a Premiership return.
As far as Stewart, just outside the penalty area, clips it central for David Dunn. David Dunn equalises! It just had to be. Dack's corner and it goes. Glance towards goal! And Rovers have taken the lead! And Charlie Mulgrew has scored his 14th of the season. It may well be the goal that sends Rovers back into the Championship.
– It's Friday again. Yes.
Sunday.
Oh, love it, Joe. Welcome, Rovers fans, to the debut appearance for Friday Night Live. Just a bit of fun previewing the away games that Rovers are going to have this season, because unfortunately we can't always be in Luke's shed because he will end up getting a divorce. So you have us virtually this evening as we preview the game against Millwall tomorrow at the Den. It still comes with all of the fun graphics and videos and stuff that we showed off last week before the Swansea game. But Joe and Luke, how you doing tonight? You had a good week?
Well, you said my name first, so I'll go first then. Decent week. The Morecambe game was very depressing, I won't lie. But other than that, work's been pretty fun. Was fun seeing you guys last weekend. Bit gutted I'm not at the game tomorrow. I'm not going to be at Forest either, so it'll be the West Brom game before I'm back watching Rovers in person. So a little bit skittish, waiting for the next one.
Awesome. Luke?
Yeah, been a good week, actually. I went up to Newcastle at the beginning of the week just for a little break. So I got to get that little dig in that I'm a fan of the club where Shearer won something. So that was nice. They all love me there. And then, yeah, it's been a nice week. I had a week off work, so it's been fantastic. Similar to Joe, I'm at a christening tomorrow, so I can't get to the game. And Forest being midweek is a difficult one. So, yeah, next one for me is West Brom. So, yeah, looking forward to it. It's been a pretty mad week for Rovers fans, hasn't it, as we'll get on to.
Yes, it has. I'm not there tomorrow, but I will be at Forest. It's a bit more local for me, isn't it? So I'll do my best to do some virtual reporting for you all. I'll probably be there with a few fans. The East Midlands ones at midweek do tend to get fewer fans, so I'll do my part to help everyone out. Rovers fans joining us for the first time, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please turn on all notifications using that bell icon, and please give this video a big like, and all of our other content across the Rovers Chat channel. We will just give you our two reminders, though. We are sponsored by 6 Yards Out and Blue Rose Capital. Look out for these two awesome videos that Joe created. You played that one. I hope those of you did tune in last week in honour of the Swansea goalkeeper, who somehow got in Team of the Week. Did you see that?
Yeah,
It was dreadful, man.
that's our third sponsor for the 2021 season. BENDA.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know how we got in Team of the Week. Hey ho, but there we are. But hello to everyone in the comments. Rick, I will definitely come and say hello at Forest. So come and find me, because you'll probably recognise me. Oh, I'm getting an echo. How fun.
Yeah,
I don't know what that was. You come and find me, Rick, because I won't recognise you. But
He'll have to buy you a pint of his company beer.
I have been paying his pension all last season, haven't I? So he definitely can. So there we go. Right, let's make a start on the first thing then. So there are going to be a few things tonight, Joe and Luke, that we do in honour of Sofa Chat, which we did love last week. So I've got 2 questions for you tonight. Which one shall I start with? Let's start with this one. So my question is, for those of you that haven't seen it, with a very old-looking Colin Hendry, I must say, do you like...
Colin Hendry till end of the season.
Do you like the Rovers third kit, which has been released in honour of 30 years since that playoff season that we had? So, yeah, do you like it? Luke obviously does. He's wearing yellow.
Yeah, I've worn it just in a bit of respect for the yellow kit. It's nice. It's beautiful, and the way they brought it out, I thought that's some pretty cracking marketing. Putting Colin Hendry in there as well. So yeah, I think it's a great kit. There's a lot of skepticism of when it will be used, etc. But I think it's nice just to that little bit of a touch of it being a bit of a anniversary kit. I think it's lovely, and hopefully it signals another promotion this year, and we can all get optimistic and get behind the promotion push. But nah, in all seriousness, it's a very nice kit, and I'll be glad to get a yellow kit that fits. I've got this one that's signed by Corey Evans, but either I've got a lot of timber on, or he wears small shirts, because you can't see it, but this is like a bib on me, honest.
Oh, love it. Joe, what about you? What do you think of it?
I think for me, there's two massive pros and two cons to it as well. So the two pros, of course, it's great to have an anniversary kit. Love that. I love it when there's a callback and there's some kind of rhyme or reason to what you're wearing. And obviously, the other big pro is that we get to sing "Yellows, Yellows" when the boys walk out again. That in 2018-19 was absolutely class, and I missed that when that went away. So that was good, and that'll be nice to return. And hopefully tomorrow they can belt that out. Two cons to it. It's a pretty simple, boring design, really. It is a bit basic. And of course, when are we going to wear it? Do we need that against Millwall? I can only really think of Stoke as a game where you genuinely need that third kit. But I understand merch-wise why they're going for it. So two pros, two cons. I'll sway on the positive side while it's a Friday night and say, yeah, pretty decent.
And it was a big surprise, and I like surprises.
Yeah, it was a nice surprise. I like it. I think it's a nice kit. Yeah, I'm going to go with the I like it. And I think they've absolutely nailed all three of our kits this season, Macron. So good on you, Macron. If there's anyone from Macron watching, you've done a good job.
I think actually we've got to say good on you to Mike at the club, who seems to pretty much have sorted all this, really, in terms of design and pushing through ideas. So mainly from me, a massive thanks to him for listening to us. And obviously he hasn't said directly anything about myself, but I've done many a concept kit over the year, and he spoke about how they've, taken those into account, and that certainly means a lot. So whether that's personally about me or not, it's nice to hear them listening to the fans.
Yeah, and you can't say all good things about Macron. You remember, these are people that sponsored a stadium in Horwich. And we can't get behind that too much.
I know. And technically, it's in Lostock as well. I mean, Bolton don't have a clue where they are, so.
Oh dear, let's just pick up some of the comments that we've had. Yeah, not one of Colin Hendry's better photos. It will be used against Millwall, as Barfly points out. Rick loves it. Very unnecessary as an actual kit, but I will be purchasing.
True.
And then, again, we always seem to have borrowed the season's betters. And Alejandro says, what the fuck? It's a beautiful jersey.
It's all right. I mean, it's just a bit basic. There's just not a lot going on. I'd have liked a thin blue pinstripe or something like that, maybe. I understand the callback, though. Like I said, positives, negatives.
There we go. I am just going to point out something, though. So Optimize is the new name for Hunter's Army, who was a big follower of the show.
We should do one of these for that name. As like one of these... We should do one of them. Optimize like that. That would work well.
I love that. So next one, then I've got another question. I did promise, as I was driving over the M62 last week to come and watch Rovers, I was thinking about the prospect of him not being here anymore. That smiley little face, angel of the north. How are we feeling about Adam Armstrong going? Just sum it up. Sad that he's gone.
Don't put him back on the screen. Ooh.
Oh, you got rid of Luke, have you? Is he gone?
I can't show me camera. I'm too much. Why you do that? We're live, and you show a picture like that, and you reduce me to tears, and it's embarrassing. And I'm back. Yeah, gutted. It was always going to come, weren't it? It's something that we've expected as Rovers fans, and we can't hold it against him. I mean, I've seen a lot of positives going in Adam Armstrong's direction, and fair play, he deserves it. And Rovers will be glad for the money. We've had the goals, we've had the memories, and at the end of the day, football's football. You've got to move on. Players go, the club moves on, and all the best to him in the Premier League, partly because he's in my fantasy football team.
I put him in mine as well, actually, in honour of Armour. Joe, where were you on Armour?
Well, at the end of the day, he needed to go. Unfortunately, it got to a stage where he had to be sold. Otherwise, we were going to lose him for nothing. I think if he did end up going for nothing with no value to the club, I think he probably would have been resented. So he leaves, with a very high regard from the fans. He leaves with a very difficult job to do. I don't think anybody leaves Rovers and succeeds, really, let alone strikers. He has got a very, very big trend to book. Brentford, I don't know what the score is right now, but first half, they've been playing great. And, as much as David Raya used to frustrate me with his mistakes, it's great to see him doing well. Some have left and done well. Some, very few. Strikers haven't really succeeded away from Rovers in recent times, probably for the last 15 years. I mean, Rhodes, Gusted, everybody that seemed to leave Rovers seems, the grass never seems to be greener. David Bentley, there's loads along the years. So I wish but yeah, let's just hope he can break that.
Yeah, it's very rare in football that you get transfers where all parties seem to agree it's the right move. And I think it was you, Scotty, that was liking stuff and getting some interactions from Southampton fans this week. We seem to have gained a few Southampton admirers saying that we're a magnificent club for wishing Armour well. So, we do wish him well, Adam Armstrong. I hope he does succeed in the Prem because, above anything, he just seems a really decent bloke who's never kicked up a fuss and done really well for Rovers. So, I am very sad to see him go, but it was a transfer that had to happen. So, unfortunately for us, Armour is no more. We will see who comes in to replace him. Is it going to be Michael Obafemi? Is it going to be someone else? Who knows? Tony might know, but we don't. But Matt, he absolutely made me chuckle with this.
It's a good job he doesn't ride a bike, isn't it?
Sniff his hair.
It's a good job Armour doesn't ride bikes.
Oh God! But Steve, Armour will be missed. Barfly, the tears, sigh. Too soon, sad face. Yeah. So there we go. Now we're going to move the show on. This is absolutely my favourite. I think it's my favourite video thing that you made, Joe. So
I don't even know which one it is.
We're on to this week's edition of. So it's Penrith this week. We've had some, haven't we? We've had some football, and the one we're going to pick is any excuse to get these bloody videos out. So Luke,
come on, algorithm. Bring us
talk
the
to us
tunes.
about your
Ben Brereton. Can you hear us, algorithm?
Talk to us about your Penrith this week, Luke. Who was it? What happened? Talk to us about it.
Well, it's the Championship's finest keeper. I mean, it's tidy work from Dolan with a closing day. Fantastic, really. He had a great game, so it's worth mentioning that. But single-handedly won the penalty, brought about some great play by.
That's you, Joe. Oh my!
Really, really poor. But Stonewall pen that one, and Diaz on the penalties. It's something we.
Right, come on, boys.
He says it's true.
I'm not going to say his name now, but we did mention whether he'd be on penalties or not, and whether or not he could hit the 20-goal mark. Does seem like he's going to be the penalty taker. Does that mean now we can get 20 goals? It'll be interesting. Be really interesting to see.
It's so frustrating, though, isn't he? I mean, he takes that penalty. He's up and running for the season. You think, right. And then we get to that Morecambe game, and he was back to Ben Brereton from Stoke. He didn't look like Ben Brereton Diaz from Chile. He missed that sitter so early on. And I just thought, God, what? It just wasn't him. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was.
we said it, didn't we, Luke, in the stands? He had that shot in the second half where it was nowhere near on target. I think it went a few yards wide, but the fans were like, "Ooh," as it went wide. A few seasons ago, people would have got on his back.
Yeah, mention that straight away. We got fans chanting Diaz, Diaz, Diaz. Go on, there's your chance.
And it's weird because Gallagher's had a haircut and they look so similar, but now everybody seems to be right behind Gallagher at the games as well, which is really odd. And they were like all singing his name and I found it really weird. And it's almost like a bit of the Diaz has rubbed off on Gallagher.
Yeah, and it's like Ryan said then, it's exactly like that. I mean, he's put in that wide 2 seasons ago and people are shouting all sorts of abuse at him. He's a young lad that's getting pelters for costing all this money, wasting money this, and can't hit a boy and do that. But yeah, he's only going to flourish this season, in my opinion, when he's got the fans behind him. And, you know, you're not scared of taking on that shot from 20, 25 yards if you know that you're not going to get pelters for it. So fair play.
Ryan, whilst we're on Penrith, seeing as we've given our thoughts, what did you think about the pen on Tuesday in the Cup? Did you think it was a penalty for them or was it a dive?
To be fair, I've not watched those highlights back because I was just like, EFL, like going out of the Cup to Morecambe, I just want to forget that entirely. I mean, it looked it from what I saw on the little Sky Sports thing that I saw. It looked like Dolan had clipped him on the box, but is there another angle that suggests it's not?
I think it was. I think he went over pretty easy, but for me, it was a penalty anyway. I was sat kind of directly with it in the Jack Walker stand, right alongside it. It seemed a penalty.
Yeah, it looked it from what I saw on Sky Sports. It seemed like just missed time from Dolan. You know, he'll learn, but you know, it's one of them.
I'm happy to see us out of that Cup anyway. I think a lot of people will overreact about a loss to Morecambe, but the reality of it is we can't moan about losing to Morecambe and going out of the Cup, and then on the other hand say that we've got a thin squad and how we're going to do in the league this season with such a thin squad. And it's scarily, you know, looking into this championship season with no personnel. At the end of the day, if we were a mid-table side in the Premier League, or even, you know, a side that has enough strength to challenge, you know, for a top 6 push and go far in the Cup, fair enough, I'd back a Cup run, but we ain't going to win the Cup. We potentially could have a really bad season. So what does a Cup run matter to us at this point?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not getting too agitated. It's just I've got a bit of a reverse feeling this season because we never win on the opening day. I always look to that first round of the Cup to kind of get your first win and get momentum. But we've done it like the other way around. We had the really good result against Swansea, and then we've lost that game. And it's like, yes, this is Blackburn Rovers, of course. So just a bit. It was annoying to lose that game, but as you say, Luke, not the end of the bloody world, is it? So there we go. I think most people, Joe, are thinking it was a pen. Steve says definite pen. El Scotty says it was a pen. Barfly says Brio only does it in a cold night in Santiago. Good geography knowledge, Barfly. And Optimize says twice, put Diaz. So we've got to do it. Love that. So we're going to move on to our next thing then. I'm hoping you two have done your homework because I'm relying on you two for this one. It is time for... So it's Where's Wardy? #RefWatch, which is our two things combined. First of all, we'll go to Wardy. Where is our favourite man, Gavin Ward, Joe? Where is he? Who's he?
Oh, Luke's got that one. Luke's on Wardy.
He's at Birmingham Stoke this week, so he's down in the Midlands. What a shame for Birmingham and Stoke.
Yep, that's pretty much all that needs to be said there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although, did he did the Preston game last week, and they did get battered 4-1. So maybe Wardy's seen the light.
Gavin Ward is blue and white. Yeah, it's Preston.
Oh dear, Joe. #RefWatch. Who's
we've got
tomorrow?
Yeah, we've got Andy Davis, who just sounds like a plumber or something, doesn't he? Doesn't he? He does, doesn't he? He sounds like the guy that you ring about your toilet or something, but or like the third choice centre back at Preston. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, He's the referee. It's not great news. Blackburn sit 39th out of the 53 teams that he's refereed in the EFL in terms of win percentage. We win 14% of our games with Mr. Davis in charge. It's not great. A little one which I thought might be helpful is his home and away win swings. So in championship games, Andy Davis oversees wins for the home team 45% of the time. So 25% for away wins and 29% on draws. So probably most likely to be a Millwall win if we're just going off the referee. But we know full well that that's not just the case. Let's hope we can avoid any awful refereeing decisions, although it's the EFL, so I'm not holding out much hope.
Well,
Hello, Andy Davis.
Second one up left, Andy. It's just blocked up.
Hang on. Luke's found him. He's here.
I can't keep up with Luke sometimes, honestly. Just like steps ahead of me, mate. Oh God! I was gonna say, if you've just said that, Joe, it's a good job there ain't a bloody Millwall crowd absolutely baiting for blood in their first league game back tomorrow to give some soft pen refs.
No, I think they'll boo the knee, won't they? And everybody there will think, "Oh, bugger off! I can't believe you're booing the Let's End Racism stuff," and the referee will be right on our side. That's the hope.
Love it. So next section for the show tonight, Luke, you have been practicing this in the mirror. I have still not rehearsed it, and I need to, but need some audience participation on this one. Here we are.
And this segment will be chatting about food and drinks on the Rovers Chat Sofa Chat show, so you don't have to chat about drinks and food. Not on the Rovers Chat Sofa Chat show.
Friday Night Live edition.
Friday Night Live edition.
So this segment, Rovers fans, if you've been drinking a different beer this week, we want recommendations, anything that you've had nice to eat, any recommendations, films, TV shows, you name it. Let us know in the comments. We're all up for your recommendations. So tell us what you've been up to this week.
Am I allowed to throw one in?
Things. Hey?
Am I allowed to throw something in?
Of course.
Well,
it's your show.
My You're at the top left spot. My recommendation, seeing as you said TV shows, anybody that's not found the time to watch Ted Lasso on Apple TV is really missing out. Season 2 is well underway. Forest City, good time. I promise I hadn't seen your comment before I said that.
No, that come up as you were talking, mate.
Yeah. Ted Lasso is well into its second season. I think episode 4 just came out. It was the Christmas episode, which was absolutely class. I watched it earlier, but it's an amazing show. It's well worth the free trial and subscription to Apple TV. It's just great. It's really feel good. What you think about that show is just how it makes you feel. It's not about the content. It's just really feel good, really funny. It talks politically about things in the right ways, and it's just a great program. It's obviously football related. If you don't know loads about it, just go and watch the first episode, and you will binge watch the rest of it. I promise you.
Sounds better than the Kissing Booth 3 that I got dragged in for.
Is that Amy? Is that you getting forced into watching things you don't want to watch?
Yeah, it was all right, to be fair.
Oh, see.
I've just.
I'm saying nothing else.
Oh dear.
So Jared, obviously big fan of Ted Lasso as well. Si had a pepper steak pie from Ewood, highlight of his night. But Dan saying, "What a pie, Si Slater." I love it, Dan. Craig has just watched Love and Monsters on Netflix.
Ooh, what's that about?
Yeah, let us know in the comments what that's about, Craig. Optimize TV show to anyone. Idiot Abroad on Sky, so years ago. Oh yeah, Idiot Abroad. That is funny.
Quality.
That's
Lomax. A bit of Pilkington.
Hey,
did we not agree that was Lomax? If you're watching, Alex, Dr. Abroad.
You'll have to tell,
brilliant.
what's Love and Monsters? A couple of people mentioned that now. What's it about?
It's about love and also monsters.
Oh,
Read in the comments.
Quiet, watching Riverdale gearing up for Millwall away. Is that some kind of? I've not seen that. Is that?
I couldn't get into that. I couldn't get into Riverdale.
Is that football hooligans or something? Or
no, it's a Netflix. It's a. Well, I don't know how you'd even go about describing it. Really, it's just a TV show. It's not about football though.
I binge watched Cruel Summer on Wednesday. Have you seen
Oh
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Weird ending. Well, good ending actually, but yeah, weird. I'm like that with series. I can't do a series because I end up just like I need a good few hours because I binge them.
So we're getting towards the end of the show then, boys. So I just have to remind everybody.
Guys, there's a game on.
There is a game on. We're not just chatting about pies and Netflix. There is actually a game tomorrow.
There's a game on.
There is a game tomorrow away at Millwall. I've just done On the Other Side with Lucas. So thank you, Lucas, for joining us on the other side earlier on. He was saying, actually, Millwall are quite optimistic about this season. They're definitely thinking about a playoff push. They've obviously had 2 top half finishes the last 2 seasons, and they're feeling in a pretty stable place. And, you know, they've re-signed George Saville. They've got Kifton Beld in there. They've got Dan Ballard on loan from Arsenal. So they are looking in pretty decent shape. Fans are back at the Den, which could make all the difference. You know, they drew 17 games last season, which was the most. So I think it's going to be a pretty intimidating game for Rovers tomorrow and not easy. And I do worry about some of our younger lads, you know, when those Millwall fans are like in their faces getting throw-ins. You know, how are you two feeling about the game?
I'm quite confident actually, and I think back to some of the games we've played down at Millwall in recent years, and there was the year where we were in a yellow kit, and Joe Nuttall, I don't know if it was his first start in the league or it was one of his first starts in the league, and he went through the middle, and he didn't have an amazing game, but he did get a goal at the end, and he played okay, and I think we coped really well with that atmosphere that day. And whilst a lot of those players aren't here now, we had a pretty young side out that day. Adam Armstrong was very young at the time and got a goal. Travis played, who was obviously very young. So we've had great results there. You know, last year before the Dak injury, we got a result there. I think it's more than doable. John Buckley played a blinder there last year. Tyrese Dolan played well there last year. The fans do come into it, but if anything, I think a little bit like you see at Ewood sometimes, it will just add pressure to Millwall, especially if they go 1 down or if we're pressing them really well. I think, especially if Joe Rothwell's on his game, I think we can do him. I think we can win it 2-0. I'm not worried about the Millwall fans. I don't think Millwall will go on a playoff push this year. I think their style of football and what they do is steady, but that's all it's ever going to be, and it's got its limitations.
Luke, you are the resident optimist, and Joe has already gone in big with a 2-0 away victory. And I was just going to come to you and say we did the double over them last season, and we usually play all right at the Den. So if Joe's saying 2-0, you must be saying 8-0.
Oh, yeah, we'll relegate them tomorrow. In all seriousness, and I hope there's not many Millwall fans watching this because I've like I don't know, some kind of guy out for me murder, really. But they're dreadful. They're a bad side. They're basically Jed Wallace FC. And I think if they didn't have Jed Wallace over the past couple of seasons, they'd have been down there in some real relegation battles. Like Joe said, they're steady. They're a very average side. They probably live off their home form a bit because it's a difficult place to go. So, all right, that'll be a difficult one. But we're more than good enough to beat Millwall, and I think Millwall probably lose it on their own patch anyway, just because they haven't really got that strength in depth as such. No real quality other than if you look past Wallace, they've got some decent championship level players, but no real quality. And I think that's where we shine. We've got some real talents on the pitch, even in young lads like Dolan. All right, it might be a pretty intimidating place to go for some young players, but then again, what have they got to lose? Just go out there, express yourself, and hopefully, as much as they can make it a hostile environment, they can also turn quite quickly as well and make it a difficult environment for their own side. So it works both ways, that one. But I think we're more than good enough to beat Millwall. No problem. 3-0.
3-0. Love it, Luke. I've just been reminded, fair point, optimise. He is the only resident optimist, so standing that around. So well pointed out.
Can you predict a loss, Ryan, so that we don't get battered tomorrow?
Well, on the other side, I predicted a draw because I actually do think the fans are going to come into it. I think it's going to supercharge Millwall a little bit. I think it's going to give them a little bit, and I do worry about the age of our squad. But I am, fairly kind of buoyed by our record there and for some of the points that you two have raised. So I said 1-1 on the other side, and that's what I'm going to stick with. Rovers fans, before we finish the stream, let us know what your score prediction is before we finish. So load them all into the comments now. Even if you did it on the other side earlier, do it again. It's fine. And we'll run through them before then.
There's issues with the taking the knee thing as well. And I'm not going to go into it too much because there's just no point. People will have their opinions and what's the point. But the reality of it is them players are going to be, coming out the tunnel already thinking, right, they're going to boo, they're going to boo, they're going to boo. And that's going to get, Millwall's players off on the wrong foot to begin with anyway. So, it works both ways having fans in the ground.
No, it does. It's a fair point. Fair point. Brentford have gone 2-0 up. Norgard. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. Barfly. 2-0 Brentford. Great result for them.
Love that.
Is that not what you have when you're going into army? A Norgard?
It might be.
No.
Is that actually, I don't know.
Just a skinhead.
I can't tell if that you're joking or not.
A skinhead, a Norgard. Oh, bloody, I'm wasted. I'm bloody wasted.
It's your bloody accent because you're not saying no guard, you're saying Norgard. Like,
well, it's part of the joke, innit, man? Pull yourself together.
I need a translator.
By Christ.
Right, come on, boys, back on track.
There's a game on.
Guys, there's a time limit.
Oh, dear. Well, we're going to wrap the show up. No one's given us their predictions. So,
nobody gives. Guys, this game on. Nobody cares. We just need to call this a Friday night shite and just chat about nothing to do with the game because nobody cares about Rovers.
Simon's gone 2-1. Millwall and Optimise has gone 2-0 to Millwall. So
great.
That's a good way to end the show. But
I'll tell you what, though, if that comes true, when he's given minutes, third play.
I know.
We need to snap that. Wallace 2 and Smith 88. Alexander's gone 3-1 Rovers. Well done, Alexander. Ollie Walker. Ollie 1-0. 3-2 Millwall, Craig. There we go. We've got some coming in now. So mixed bag like it was on the other side. There we go. So we'll wrap the show up now. You've had enough of us chatting rubbish and throwing videos at you. You've probably seen the Swansea goalkeeper 6 times tonight. Give it... Oh, he is. There we go. He loves that. Joe's on it. He's absolutely on it. But yeah, Ollie, good reminder, Ollie. There is the watch along tomorrow. So there's no pre-match live content. This is the pre-match live content that you get when we're away from home. So hopefully Friday Night Live has been good for you. As I say, Sofa Chat and Friday Night Live, a little bit more light-hearted for you before the games. But Ollie will be there with the watch along from 2:30, I believe. Go and join him. He'll be watching the game. He'll describe the action. He'll commentate for you in his usual great fashion. Yeah, go and join him if you're not at the Den. If you're not watching Ollie, if you're not at the Den and you're doing something else, enjoy your days. Joe, Luke, enjoy your Saturday tomorrow, not at the football. We'll be back in Luke's shed, won't we? A week tomorrow. Ready for the West Brom game.
And not to plug other content groups, but I imagine a certain red and white fan channel will be pretty interesting tonight.
Yes, it will. It absolutely will. So, yeah, I'll say bye to Joe and Luke. I'll say bye to the Rovers fans. Go and join Ollie tomorrow at 2:30 for the watch along. And failing
dentist time.
That's it. Hey,
dentist time, innit?
Oh
yes. 2:30.
2:30. 2:30. Go and join. Luke,
What a
I
way to end
honestly.
That would have been a good one for Joe to end it on, because Joe had a lot of toothache last year.
Oh, don't will it on.
Oh dear. There we go. Right, I am ending this stream now. Bye, lads. I'll
Bye.
say goodbye to all the Rovers fans. Enjoy the football tomorrow. Enjoy your Saturday if you're not there. We'll leave you with the sponsor, 6yardsout.com, and a shout out to Blue Rose Capital as well. See you later. The Rovers Chat YouTube channel is proudly sponsored by 6yardsout.com. They've got retro football from every era with mugs, phone cases and much more. They also have plenty of Rovers goods, including apparel with the famous 94-95 season and this season's kit. Check them out using the link in the description below.